Hello, welcome to episode 253. We're going to be making two-way portal arrows, similar to episode 72 where we had the portal bow, but we're going to be able to go both directions. This one was from a suggestion by Arctic Panda Pro on the Discord, and he said he had made this, and I thought, well, that sounds interesting. I want to make it. I don't want to put a sign on there. The first problem I can see, though, is if you teleport from one to the other, it's just going to teleport you straight back, so you're going to be stuck in an infinite loop. So the first thing we're going to want is a cooldown of some sort. So let's get an objective to store our cooldown. Portal.cooldown. It'll be a dummy. And I only want 2 portals at a time, and I want to be able to kill the oldest one. For that, I'm going to use an ID system. So I'm going to use portal objectives add portal.id. Dummy. There we go. Make sure we create them. There we are. And then I'm going to have 2 separate blocks here. One is going to be to kill all the markers that are in the game already, just for testing. Kill markers. Kill any entity, tag equals portal marker. And this one is to give myself the arrows. So it's the arrows that are running the command, really. It's not the bow. Any bow will work. So let's make the arrows. And I'm going to give myself tipped arrow. Okay, now we need some information. I'm going to give it a custom color. I'm just going to use the same color we used in the last tutorial for the portal bow, episode 72. So CustomPotionColor, and I think we had a sort of orangey color, which was 167508848. And let's give it a name as well. Display. And in the display, we'll give it a name. And its name will be... And its name was... No, it wasn't John Cena. Its name was Portal Marker. And let's give it a bit of lore too. Lore. Okay. Creates a portal when it lands. That'll do. Oh, and I want more than one. Why, it doesn't matter, I'm being creative, but let's put 64 on the end there. Bang, done. Okay, let's have a look at it. Portal marker, combat, no effects. Well, we can't get rid of that combat, but we can get rid of that no effects thing. Let's get rid of that. We just go right to the end here. And we can do hide flags 255. Done. Okay, give that. There we go. Cool. Okay. Now we just need a controller. I think the first thing I'm going to do is particles at the markers. Then we can see them. So that's probably the first thing I'm going to do. Repeat needs redstone, yes, because I've got a lever. So let's execute at any entity, type equals marker, tag equals portal marker, run particle. I'll use the dust because we can change the color of the dust. And I want orange, so let's have lots of red, quite a bit of green, a little bit of blue, and alpha channel 1. I think that's the alpha channel. I just put 1 every time. And we'll lift them up a little bit. And we'll make them... That's on the X coordinate. A little bit higher though. And we'll make them very slow. Let's give them a speed of 0.1231. We'll see what it looks like. And about 5. Done. Well, we don't have any particles. Let's make the markers. That's obviously the next thing we're going to do. Let's execute at any entity. Type equals arrow. MBT equals. First thing, it has to be in the ground. 1B. Yep, definitely want it in the ground. And we better check its color as well. So it only does it for my special ones, and the color was 16750 0848. If we got that wrong, we'll find out. And we'll run summon a marker at those coordinates, and we'll give the marker some tags. I want 2 tags. First, portal marker, but I want to do some things to this, so we're going to have an init marker as well, because I only want to do them one time. Okay, that seems alright. Problem now is we're going to spam markers at the arrow. So next, we should kill the arrow. Kill any entity, type equals arrow. Especially we're going to check its MBT as well, because we don't want to kill all arrows. It has to be in the ground, and its color 167508848. Close that. That seems all right. Okay, let's have a little check. Let's turn it on. Have a little check. I need a bow. B-O. Perfect. Okay, that looks all right. How many have we got? Let's do a check to see how many we've got. Execute as any entity. Tag equals portal marker. Run say hi. Now they're all going to say hello. And we've only got 1 hi, so we've only got 1. Clear the chat. If we run that command again, we haven't got 2. Okay. But at the moment we can just spam them down. It's a start. Okay, now this is why we made the kill markers. Okay. Now I want to give them an ID, which I'm just going to toggle between 0 and 1. So the first thing I'm going to do is set that up. So if we do kill an arrow, then we will toggle the ID. So execute store success as a score. We need a fake player. Let's call them portal toggle. Their portal ID if score portal toggle, same name. Their portal ID matches 0. Okay, done. Now scoreboard, objectives, set display, sidebar, portal ID. That should now change between 0 and 1 each time. We've got 0, we've got 1, 0, 1. Perfect. Okay. Let's kill the markers. Now, if an armor stand or a marker already exists with one of those IDs, then we want to kill it. But we don't want that running permanently. We only want to do that when we kill an arrow. So we can't use conditional because that'll be checking this block. We need to check this block. So let's get the coordinates of this block. So this is the kill arrow block. And we'll just do a fill, tab, tab, tab. Copy. And we will execute if block at those coordinates is a chained command block, but it has to have been successful. So its success count has to equal 1. Why is this not happy? Execute if block at those coordinates is a chained command block. Says cancel one. Why is that not happy? Let's take all that out a minute. Did I call it chained? I called it chained. Put it back. It's a chain command block, isn't it? There we go. If score portal toggle, the portal ID matches 0, then we will run kill any entity whose type equals marker and whose scores equal portal ID equals 0. Okay, so if that block was successful, If the toggle ID is currently set to 0, we will kill all markers that already exist with 0. Done. Control middle mouse, copy that whole block, pop it down, and we'll just change this to if 1 exists with the score, or if the score is 1 and 1 already exists with the score of 1. Okay. Now, what does that do? Let's have a look. Nothing, because we are not giving the portal markers the score. So let's give them the score. Scoreboard, operation, scoreboard, players, operation, that's any entity whose type equals marker, whose tag equals init. This is where we're using that init tag. And we'll set their portal ID equals portal.toggle. Portal ID. Done. And now we've used that init tag. We don't need to do anything else with it. They've been given their ID. We will tag any entity type equals marker, tag equals init, remove the init tag. Great. 1 down. And now he's got a portal ID of 0, so the next one should have a portal ID of 1. Now if we fire another one, we'll be back onto 0, so this one should die. Yes, and if we fire another one, we're now onto 1, so this one should die. Perfect. Okay. Let's add something else. In fact, let's get rid of that objective on the sidebar. We know that's working. Let's get rid of that. I'm also going to add a command to remove them if we get too far away. Otherwise, if you go out of, if they're in unloaded chunks, we're just going to have them all over the place. So let's execute as, or let's execute at the player. So this is not going to be multiplayer friendly, as any entity whose type equals marker, tag equals portal marker, and we better check their distance as well. Their distance equals, let's say they're more than 20 blocks away from the player, 30, 20, then we will kill them. Done. So if I go 20 blocks away from these guys, well, that's one gun, that's the other gun. Okay, so now we're not going to be left with loads of them in unloaded chunks. Cool. Now we just have to teleport the player. So first thing I think I'll do is remove the cooldown. Let's make the cooldown tick down. Execute as any player whose scores equals, and what did we call it? We called it portal.cooldown. So if their portal cooldown is 1 or higher, then we will run scoreboard players, remove from that player portal cooldown 1. So, done. Let's stick that on the sidebar. In fact, I think probably just, yeah, portal cooldown. And scoreboard players set myself portal cooldown to 10. There we go, perfect. That's going down. Nice. Now, is a player near one of the portals? Let's check. Execute at any entity tag equals portal marker as any player distance equals, we want to be pretty close, 0 to 0.5 is probably good enough, unless their score portal cooldown matches 1 or higher. So if they're on cooldown, it's not going to work. If they're not on cooldown, then we're going to run tag that player add process teleport. That'll do. So we'll tag them unless they're on cooldown. Now, let's do something to the tagged player. Execute as any player tag equals process teleport. Well, teleport them. Run TP that player to any entity. First thing we're going to have to do is limit this to 1. And it has to be to a portal marker. But we don't want to go to the one we're at. We don't want to do a random one. So sort equals furthest. We want to do the furthest one away. We've only got 2, so we're going into the one that's closest to us. Therefore, we want to come out the one that's furthest away. So that's pretty nice. And we better give ourselves a cooldown as well. Otherwise, we will just be on repeat forever. Execute as any player tag equals process teleport. Run scoreboard players set player portal cooldown. I don't know, 3 seconds is more than enough, probably 3 seconds. Done. And we better also say that player is no longer processing their teleport, so we better remove that. Process teleport. Done. Okay, one there, one over in that corner. That'll do. Yeah. Okay, let's go in there. We should teleport over. Oh look, we've gone too far away. Let's put it here instead. There we go. See, now there's interesting. So now we've got 2. We can go from there to there, and we can go back again. So that one will take us far away from the command blocks, and this one will take us back to the command blocks. It's not. That's interesting. It's taking us to the one that's furthest away from the command block. So we've probably, kill markers, we've probably made a mistake in where we're teleporting the player to. So which command would that be? It's probably this one. Execute as any player. Oh, right. We want to execute as that player at that player. There we go. So now instead of checking from the command block, it's going to be checking from me. So let's put 1, 2. That should take me to that one. Yes, my cooldown's running up, and if I go back, that takes me to that one. If I just stay here, when the cooldown runs out, I'll go back. I will teleport between the 2. Cool. There we go. We can now teleport from one to the other. If I fire a new one, it will get rid of my oldest. I can now teleport up to there. Perfect. We put one on top. It gets rid of the oldest. Nice. Okay. There we go. We have a nice little system for making a 2-way portal using tipped arrows. And I will see you in the next one. Bit of a long one, that one. Take care. Bye-bye.